Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because today we're talking about a car so rare it makes finding a needle in a haystack look like an easy task. We're talking about the 1941 Chrysler Thunderbolt, a concept car that didn't just scream futuristic in its time. It shouted it, waved a flag, and maybe even performed a dance routine. This isn't your average car. It's a history lesson on wheels with a side of attitude. Now, if you're thinking, okay, cool, a classic car, just wait until I hit you with the details. If only you could see my face right now, because let me tell you, this is one vehicle that doesn't just turn heads, it spins them around. It was designed during the World War II era, but somehow Chrysler managed to make it feel like it was from another dimension. Before I get into the juicy bits, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you want more stories like this, packed with history, humor, and a little bit of car magic, you're in the right place. I promise, it's worth it. All right, back to the good stuff. The 1941 Chrysler Thunderbolt wasn't just any car. Oh no, it was a futuristic prophecy on wheels, written by the hands of Alex Tremulis and Ralph Roberts from Liberon. Only 5 of these beauties were ever made, and 4 managed to survive the apocalypse to tell their tale. 4! It's like a car version of a rare Pokemon, but way cooler, and with less gotta catch 'em all, and more see 'em before they disappear. Let's talk about specifications. Under the hood, you've got a Chrysler L-head inline 8-cylinder engine. Just your average 143 horsepower engine that could make other cars look like they're standing still. It had a 3-speed semi-automatic fluid drive transmission. And if you think that's impressive, just wait. This car had a removable hardtop, a feature so advanced for its time, it was patented. Yup. First ever convertible with a removable hardtop, thanks to Ralph Roberts. That's like inventing the wheel again. The body was mostly aluminium, with steel for the hood and trunk. This car was basically a piece of art. It's safe to say this car wasn't just designed, it was crafted like a sculpture that you can take to the drive-in. And if you think that's impressive, buckle up. This car had hidden headlights, electric windows, and hydraulic doors. Hydraulic doors? What is this? A car or a science fiction movie? I'll tell you. It was the kind of car that made other cars of the time look like they were still figuring out how to work the radio. Now, size-wise, it's not small. Not by a long shot. The wheelbase stretches a massive 127 inches, or roughly 3.2 meters. This thing had road presence. You couldn't ignore it even if you tried. The chassis was built on the same base as the 1940 Chrysler Crown Imperial, which meant luxury and performance were basically part of its DNA. It wasn't just driving, it was making a statement. And let's talk numbers, shall we? In 1941, this car cost a whopping $8,250 United States dollars. At the time, the average car price was around $800 to $1,200 United States dollars. That's right, it was the kind of car you could only afford if you had a solid gold bathtub and an attitude to match. Fast forward to 2025, and that's about $180,000 United States dollars. So yeah, it's still a small fortune. But in 2011, a restored Thunderbolt sold for a jaw-dropping $935,000 United States dollars. It's like the car equivalent of finding a pot of gold, but the gold is rolling history in motion. But here's where it gets even cooler. The Thunderbolt influenced Chrysler's later designs, particularly the Airflow series. It was one of those cars that set the standard for what was possible in car design, even though it was never meant for mass production. So what's the takeaway from all this? Well, I think the Chrysler Thunderbolt is a reminder of how far we've come and how cool it was to think way ahead of its time. It's a relic of automotive history that still shines bright today. All right, folks, that's all for today. Keep those engines running and those dreams big. Catch you next time.